Politics was never just a job for me. It was my life. For the past 10 years, I had built my career from the ground up, shaking hands, making deals, giving speeches that stirred emotions and won votes. It wasn't just about power. It was about control, influence, legacy. And I thought I had a partner in all of it. My wife, Jessica, had been with me from the beginning. She stood beside me at rallies, smiled for the cameras, played the role of the perfect political spouse, the devoted woman behind the successful man. But behind closed doors, she was something else entirely. I didn't see it at first. Maybe because I was too busy, too distracted. I was constantly traveling, DC, New York, Los Angeles, endless meetings, dinners, and late nights in hotel rooms working on policy papers. I trusted her. I thought she was waiting for me. I was a fool. It started with small things. Missed calls, late-night messages that she quickly deleted, plans that suddenly changed. I brushed it off. Politics is a chaotic life, I told myself. She was adjusting. Then came the lies. I'm having dinner with friends, she'd say, but her location tracker showed her across town. My phone died, she'd text hours later, after ignoring my calls. I wanted to believe her. Until the night I came home early. I had wrapped up a campaign event in Chicago a day ahead of schedule and decided to surprise her. I didn't call. I wanted to see the look on her face when I walked through the door. Instead, I found her car missing. The house was dark, empty. I waited. 4 hours. Then, just after midnight, headlights flashed through the windows. Jessica pulled into the driveway. She walked in, her heels clicking against the floor. The moment she saw me, she froze. "Oh my God," she breathed. "What are you doing here?" A normal wife would have jumped into my arms. A normal wife would have been happy to see me. Instead, she looked panicked. I already knew, but I let her talk. She set down her purse, forcing a smile. I was out with Amy. Lie. She had no idea that Amy and I had spoken earlier. I didn't confront her then. Not yet. Because I wasn't just going to catch her. I was going to destroy her. I didn't sleep that night. I lay in the dark, listening to Jessica's steady breathing as she slept, as if nothing had happened. As if she hadn't lied to my face just hours earlier. I knew she was cheating. I just didn't know with whom, for how long, or how deep the betrayal ran. Was it just a temporary lapse? Or had she been using me all these years while I was traveling, building my career, earning money, power, and respect? I was a smart man. People don't win elections unless they know how to spot lies behind a smile. The next morning, I started digging. I didn't say a word about my suspicions. On the contrary, I was the perfect husband. "Honey, how was your day? Are you okay? You look tired. I missed you." She smiled, kissed me on the cheek, but her eyes were tense. She felt something had changed, but it was already too late. I took her phone while she was in the shower. The password? Still my birthday. She didn't even try to hide the truth. Messages, photos, texts dating back months. With him, Tyler, a 30-year-old fitness trainer at an elite gym. Tall, muscular, the kind of guy who spent more time flexing in the mirror than reading a book. They met in hotels, at his place, even at the damn country club where she played tennis. I stood in the dark bedroom, holding her phone, rage boiling inside me. "I love you," she had texted him. Did he suspect anything? He had asked. No, he's too busy with his career. I closed my eyes. I hadn't just lost my wife. I had lost years of my life to a lie. But I didn't yell. I didn't wake her up. I took screenshots. And I started planning. I spent the next 2 weeks preparing for her downfall. I was a public figure. A politician. I knew that power wasn't in emotions, but in strategy. Financial ruin. I closed all our joint accounts. Moved assets into private funds she couldn't access. Stopped paying her credit cards. Social destruction. I gathered every piece of evidence. Messages, photos, receipts, locations. Sent them to her friends, her parents, and, most importantly, her boss. Tyler, as it turned out, had slept with a married client before. Now, he was fired. The final blow. The house? Legally mine. Lawyers prepared divorce and eviction papers. She thought I was leaving for Washington at the end of the month. Instead, I had a surprise waiting for her. On Friday evening, I came home earlier than usual. Jessica was sitting on the couch, a glass of wine in her hand, scrolling through her phone. She didn't even hear me come in. I placed a folder of documents in front of her. She frowned. "What's this?" I sat across from her, calm, cold, calculated. "Divorce, eviction, financial closure. Your end." She blinked. Then, she let out a nervous laugh. "What? Is this a joke?" I pulled out my phone and flipped through her own messages. Showed her the photos. She went pale. "David," she whispered. I watched the fear in her eyes turn into realization. She had lost everything. "You can't do this to me," she stammered, her voice shaking. I smirked. "I already did." She grabbed her phone. Hundreds of messages. Friends. Parents. Her boss. She understood. She had no life left. And you know what? I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. Thank you for listening to the story to the end. Please like, share your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel.